All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Golfballing Podcast, episode 298. No fun guests here. That Sean app did pretty well. Golfballing Sean was on the pod for anybody who was not aware, but we're here joined with Ryan as always. How are you, Ryan?
I'm well. I actually consulted with Sean. He let me know that this was indeed not a prime number. So,
Oh, yeah, I think like 305 or something. I don't know.
we got a ways to go. 305 is always divisible by 5, so I'm gonna go with that's not a prime number either. But we'll get back to Sean.
It's honestly so complicated because it's like, is it divisible by 3? And now you're throwing, I always thought is it divisible by 3? But I think that might be the whole issue.
Yeah,
now you're talking about divisibles of 5.
The issue is that you just don't know the parameters of what a prime number is considered.
It's got to times itself.
We're not going to go there.
Yeah,
I feel like it's been addressed a number of times. We'll spare the listeners for today, but
it really has.
Yeah.
I wonder how Sean got into prime numbers. I really missed the opportunity to talk about it. We just had the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We are about to play the Players Champ. It's March here in Florida. I'm playing no golf. It's free agency. I'm not golfing no matter what. It was 88 today. I'm not golfing. The prices are too high. We've been through this on the pod. Did you golf?
No, I had a friend in town. I actually had a disaster. Well, I didn't. My buddy had a disaster of a weekend.
Oh, no.
Came in town to hunt. We went to go get his car because he owns a house down here, but his car was in a storage unit because he rents his house out during the winter to some old people. We get to the storage unit. His wife left the fucking door cracked, so the battery was dead. We went through that rigmarole. He was very late on Friday. He comes back Sunday after the hunt, got himself a nice turkey. It's some rare species that I know nothing about. Not a hunter. Then proceeds to get delayed for 24 hours and had to show back up at my house at 10 o'clock on Sunday. There's a lot of drinking involved. A lot of these bottles are less full than when you tuned in last time. But yeah, I didn't do much. Got to see some friends. Went out to Sanibel on Saturday and
cool.
Had a little day, but
yeah, very nice. Who's a friend?
Buddy John from Kentucky. I don't think you've met him. Good friend of mine. I was at his wedding 2 weeks before my wedding, and then he came down. I know it's a sore subject, but it's what friends do. They invite each other. We'll stop the wedding talk if Sean's tuning in, but yeah, it's just it was funny. It was good to see him, good to catch up a little bit. But he had some definite travel woes over the weekend.
Is that because of all the crap like in the world? Because I thought, like, isn't like airfare being affected? I don't really know.
Man,
I don't want to get into specifics, but
airlines don't actually hold to their word on anything. When Chris and I were coming back from work trip in San Diego in January, we got to Dallas on our layover. So San Diego to Dallas down to Fort Myers. We got stuck on the tarmac for an hour and a half and missed our connection. Yikes. So we had to stay in Dallas. I had nothing. When I tell you I had nothing, I had a backpack with a laptop charger, my phone charger, and a metric ton of nicotine. I always travel with a lot of nicotine because everyone bums, and
I always make that mistake.
Dude, I'm as well prepared as I can be because you know me. I use Alps. Shout out Tucker Carlson. I can't do Zins. They tear up my mouth. But I also, you got me on those Lucy Breaker gums. And I'll pop one of those in the plane just because, like, I want to get my ears popped and have my nicotine. Nonetheless, I say all this because I had nothing in my backpack. Nothing. No toiletries, no clothes. We got stuck in Dallas for a night, and they gave us like $90.
Okay, yeah.
Now, granted, they did pay for our hotel room. But we had to split a hotel room.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? Like, we were sharing a hotel room in Dallas, but they didn't give us 2.
Yeah.
I had to go buy deodorant and a toothbrush. I was wearing the same fucking clothes the next day. Like, airlines aren't held accountable for how much they fucked up and how much they actually cost you. Like,
I'm almost ready to boycott most flights. Like, we're doing this thing in North Carolina this summer, and like somebody was like, "You look into this airfare," and I was like, "That's like a 11-hour drive. Like, I'd rather not deal with the airport." We're going to French Lick for Sean.
yeah,
I thought I was walking earlier today, and I was like, "What if on Thursday night at 5 p.m. I just get in my car and I drive there?" Because
sounds terrible.
dude, I hate, you know me, we drive everywhere. I drive to Thanksgiving to North Carolina. I drive everywhere because I like having control. And I literally would rather waste an entire day driving my car than waste 4 hours in the airport debacle.
Well,
That's just me. Because of shit like that. That happened to us. That happened to us in Charlotte, and they put you in some random ghetto hotel outside of Charlotte. They pay for your hotel room, and it absolutely sucks. And then you got to hop on a plane the next day. Next day's shot. It's just annoying.
yeah, the car situation's a little bit difficult there for you. Like, I
Oh,
would
I'm
rather
talking
get,
rent a car every time.
yeah, I was gonna say,
I only rent cars.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do like a little airport cocktail or like 7 of them.
I used to really get into airport cocktails, but then I'm like my mom, dude. I got a small ass bladder. Like, if I'm now when I get my airport or when I book my flights, I'm always in an aisle. I always prefer an aisle. But it's still even annoying sometimes. Like,
I was literally gonna say it. I literally drink according to my seat selection. I haven't sat in a middle seat in decades.
dude, the
I'll
middle is the
I'll I'll
worst.
do a window. I will do a window.
Yeah.
Um, and it's more so if like me and Catherine are flying together, I
Yep.
will do middle and window so we're sitting next to each other.
Yep.
Or ideally, I will do her in the middle and me in the aisle.
I do
That
the same
way,
thing.
if we
I
need to
do the
get
same
up, we're
thing.
right there, which is
Yeah.
fine. But if I know I got a window seat, I'm limiting the cocktails a little bit. If I got an aisle seat, it's just open season. If someone's picking me up from the airport or I got an Uber picking me up, family or friend or Uber, if one of those 3 is happening, we're drinking as many airport cocktails as we can. And
No,
vacation starts, it doesn't matter what time it is. I could have a 9 a.m. flight and
be
I'm at a
flying
guy's
home.
bar, drinking a bourbon next to the, couple
So,
having breakfast.
are you aware of how looked down upon that is to the people who look down upon people? That's like top 10. That's like a seventh wonder of the world is like, hey, let me make fun of this guy drinking a mimosa at 8 a.m. for the airport. Like, all right, Elkie. And
Well,
I see that stuff and I'm like, you guys must be so fucking boring. Like, I
there
don't care if I'm at an airport, time doesn't exist. And I like just it could be 7 a.m. and I will get a couple of drinks at an airport. The Fort Myers airport is awesome for getting there early. Going to that, I go to United, going to that dog shit food place, whatever it is, it's a cool little bar, just having a couple of pops. I love
well,
that.
here's the thing. I know in my heart that there's not a day out of the week. Maybe let's call it once every 2 weeks. I have an early tea time, and I may have a couple cocktails on the golf course. There is not another day during the week where I even consider having a drink before 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like on a weekend, absolutely. If I'm at the pool, if I'm playing golf, I may have a cocktail early. I'm not like going crazy. So I know for me that it's not a problem if I
Mhm.
want to have a 9 a.m. flight on a Thursday heading out of town for the weekend and we're just getting the party started because the phone's off. I'm not dealing with work. I'm heading somewhere fun or going to see family or friends.
Mhm.
We're gonna have a good time and we're gonna start that off with a couple cocktails. Now, I will say it does get a little bit judgy when I'm drinking a neat bourbon at 9 a.m. in the airport. That does get like, I get it. This guy's fucked up. But that's just what I enjoy.
Mhm.
So I don't drink beer much anymore. On the golf course, I'll do a screwdriver is kind of my go-to now. Just a nice little vodka OJ to start the day, but that's few and far between. This isn't Ryan's not waking up and pouring during his 9 a.m. meeting.
Maybe I'm more in tune with it because I have done that. And so I'm more of the alcoholic that they would be talking about as opposed to a guy who just enjoys a bourbon and just enjoys a day. But like when Golfballing got taken down, I still had to do my NBA show every morning at 9 a.m. The day I learned Golfballing was done live on YouTube. You can go watch me notice I just lost Golfballing on YouTube. You can go watch it. And then you can go watch me the next day. And then you can go watch me the next day for years and months. So there was definitely, I remember like popping a Sunny, what are those, like Sunny D's, the Sunny D things,
Oh, yeah.
like fucking waking up at like 8:30, rolling out of bed. Like I don't even know what to do with my life anymore. None of this is even applicable to that airport, but
if you could link that for me, I would like to see that.
Yeah, I'll link it. I mean, we did this every single day, and that was like the worst day. I like went about my day, just everything was normal. I should go back and watch that too.
Golfers don't judge. There's not a golfer in the world that drinks alcohol that doesn't understand. If it's a Saturday and you got an 8:30 tee time, it doesn't matter. You're just getting a drink. It's just, it's common.
I play on Mondays. We're popping beers. I'm playing golf on Mondays with the dudes at the club, and they're like 65, 70 years old. And that back nine, that was rough. Let's grab beer. It's like, fuck yeah. I love the golfers. Everyone gets it in golf. Even the people who don't get it, get it.
I
Just
agree.
awesome. So that's drinking in an airport. Did you watch Arnold Palmer?
So I watched the last half hour of it, and I guess there was a rain delay that I didn't see.
Yeah.
So I missed that, and I turned it on. I had ordered some food. We got home a little late, so I was dropping my friend off at the airport at like 6 o'clock, 5:30. Get back, popped a tire on the side of 75. That was a fun experience. I get home, I'm like, I don't want to cook, so we just order some food. And I'm like, oh shit, I wonder if the tournament's still on. And I caught the last like half hour of it, but it was like, I guess right after the delay.
I don't remember if there was an actual rain delay during it. There wasn't. On Saturday they got rained out, so they started on Sunday late because they were finishing up.
Maybe that's what it was, because they were showing like highlights, and I guess it was.
Batia like birdied 7. Berger had like 2 or 3 strokes on him, and then Batia like birdied 17, and then he kind of got shafted on 18, or maybe he birdied 16, should have birdied 17, whatever. It got like closer. If you went to bed, saw the Saturday round, and then woke up on Sunday, it was closer, which made Berger's choke less impactful. But I don't really like when that kind of stuff happens, which no golfer even probably does, except honestly, actually, probably anybody but Daniel Berger. Like, let's get this guy in his head. You've got 3-4 holes left. You've got a 3-stroke lead. Like, I'm in your group. I'm Akshay Batia. Let me start with a birdie, and now you're thinking.
Well, I will say, I apologize for anybody that decided to take my Justin Thomas pick. We were on a good run there for a little bit. We had some great picks. JT is just not the fucking guy anymore. And I hate that, because I really like watching him play. He's got fire. One of my favorite golf clips in the last decade is Justin Thomas and Tiger Woods. And I believe it was a President's Cup. It could have been a Ryder Cup, but I believe it was a President's Cup. And Justin Thomas makes a 25-footer on 18 to win. And he throws out the "I love me some me" quote. And that was just like such a awesome moment. There's minus calling somebody or himself the word we won't say here on this podcast anymore. there's really nothing to dislike about that guy. He's in the crew with the Spieths and the Ricky Fowlers, and even though Smiley's just in the booth now, he's in there with the Smiley Kaufmans of the world. He was just fun to watch, and I hate seeing him struggle, but that arguably is one of the worst picks that I've given in the last year. I mean, he is dead last besides Rory and a guy named Smotherman,
and
who decided to withdraw. So tough luck for anybody that threw any kind of money on Justin Thomas.
I'm sure everyone was feeling JT, which probably in hindsight is stupid, making his debut and coming off an injury, and he looks like super out of shape. And not that he needs to look like Rory McIlroy, but he looks like he just was injured and was not able to work out, and was not able to golf, and was not able to be on his training schedule. And it just seems like it's going to take him. He almost seems like Brooks, but in an injured sense. Brooks is coming back from live, trying to get back to competitive golf, and JT's coming off an injury and is just trying to be like himself again.
You know, Sean's Spieth pick almost eclipsing the top 10, not the worst.
Yep, Spieth. I had the best pick. My Rory pick withdraw. I don't know if that's
it's tough. I mean,
that's an auto lock though. I don't think anyone's betting on Rory McIlroy because he's an auto lock on the Golfballing pod. But Ricky coming in 9th. I'm gonna happily take my win.
2 under for Scheffler for the week is very alarming. I think he comes back strong this week. He's won the Players before, I believe.
I think it might have been right before Rory.
I think he plays well here. We'll see. We got a couple days. Here's my prediction. If Scotty Scheffler shoots 4 under or better on Thursday, he wins the golf tournament. He has been underperforming on Thursdays, like in the worst way. He has not had a good Thursday in the last month. And that's really put him behind, and he's had a couple comebacks where he's made it close. If he can throw out a 3 or 4 under, he's going to win this golf tournament again. It's just a matter of he can put together a good Thursday round. It's been very weird for the number 1 golfer in the world. I don't think anybody's really close to passing him, but I could be wrong.
So Scotty won. Rory won last year. He's defending. Scotty won 24 and 23. So Scotty's won 2 of the last 3 players.
Dude, I
agree.
Wild.
What?
Rory is 2nd in the OWGR. He's basically half of the average points
of
Scotty.
Yeah.
Yes. Total. And I say that's more on average per tournament. Scotty's at 650. He's at 400. So there's going to be like a lot of Scotty playing like shit for him to fall out of number 1. He'll figure it out before that happens.
It's going to be years unless even a bad Scotty's going to win a couple of tour events, and Rory, unless Rory has 2 majors, 6 wins, it's going to be years. It's just going to be years. But as far as Scotty's first round's been weird. I don't know if you saw, a lot of people were complaining about Bay Hill. I don't know if that played a role. Akshay won. He shot 70 in round 1. He got it going. Round 2, shot 66. Akshay just won, and his best round was 66. I feel like you don't see that on the tour too often. Berger had a 63 on Thursday. There's usually a 63 or a 64, something really low, and then they just keep their foot on the pedal. But a lot of people were complaining about, you could see it if you watched it. There were the greens, some of the greens looked completely dead. The fairways looked dead. I mean, it is Florida in March, and
we also had the most seasonably cold weather.
Oh, yeah.
The last 3 months have been very weird for Florida. A lot of temperatures that are exceeding lows, and you're not getting the growth that you normally would. Normally, December, January are our cold months, and in February we're back in the 80s, and it's nice. Well, we had multiple weeks in the 30s up in Orlando.
Yeah. I got
Up
frost delayed. I got frost delayed a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that obviously had a part in the course not being where it should be, but whatever. You're a professional golfer,
I
man.
don't give a shit. Yeah,
I don't give a shit either. You're a professional golfer. Everyone's playing on the same greens. Like, it's not like someone took your driver out of your bag and you're only playing with a 3-wood and it's unfair. Everyone's playing on the same course. Like,
I think it was JT who said, like, once he missed the cut and came in dead last, he was like, I don't even want to be here this weekend. It was like a thing if JT was staying on the scene to practice for the players, or if he was just going to go home, and he just went home and he was like, I just remember him saying it's going to be really hard these next 2 days. Like, this course, the greens are going to be really hard. And
he's in Jupiter. Why would you not go back to your
yeah,
home
that's what
course?
they were saying too. Yeah.
You're literally 2 hours, hour and a half from your house.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive your Bentley or whatever the fuck you drive home. Or better yet, if I'm him, you're 3 hours from Jacksonville. Why are you not just going to Jacksonville early and practicing on what you're gonna play on this week? That would make more sense than anything, other than the fact that you might have your housing accommodations set up differently, right? Oh, well, my house isn't rented until Monday and it's Saturday morning. So maybe I go back to Jupiter for 2 days and then go up there. I'm pretty sure if Justin Thomas calls and says, hey, I'm showing up 2 days early, he can find a place to stay in Jacksonville and go play Sawgrass for a couple days or go practice on their facilities, get used to the greens, use that time efficiently.
Florida's a big state, but unless you live by you or in Key West, it's not that big of a deal.
No, you're a few hours away. Like, you're not flying. You're just hopping in the car and going.
Yeah. But shout out Bhatia. You said before the pod, getting his first official win. Won the Barracuda a few years ago, and then I can't remember if the Valspar was last year or if it was 24.
It's his first notable. You didn't win a bullshit tournament, and I'm not saying that the Valspar is, but like at the end of the day, people are going to remember you won the Arnold
event. Yeah,
it's a big event. So shout out to him. I mean, he's older than I thought. We went through this a few weeks ago. I forgot that. I mean, I thought he was like 21, 22. I think he's 24.
Yeah, he's 24. Because I remember on the Golfballing pod, when all of us were in college and all of us were on the podcast, and Akshay decided not to go to college. And I remember talking about that, and that was 4 years ago. He's got a bright future. I've always wanted him to close. And yeah, the Barracuda, isn't the Barracuda going on during like the Open? Or
I believe it is usually one of those like crossover weeks.
Yeah, the Barracuda was like, he probably doesn't even give a shit about that win. And the Valspar, you get a little bit more. And this is an official win for a 24-year-old, and love seeing these guys close it out. Berger's 32, which surprised me. I know he's been here for a while, and I remember when he was Rookie of the Year and all that. I hated to see him collapse. You just kind of knew it was coming.
We had two collapses in a row. We had Lowry the week before.
Yeah,
it's golf, though, and I think it humanizes the sport a little bit, because you and I will go out and we'll fire off a good round and we feel great about ourselves. And I just shot a 77 or a 78 and things were clicking, and we may not have hit it the best, but we rolled in some putts and we got up and down
78. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got up and down from some bunkers that were tough. And then the next day we go out and we shoot an 86 and you're like, oh, what the fuck happened? But it happens to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Berger shot in his last round, but the last 70. 3 or 4 holes, it's just, that's tough to watch.
And so Bhatia, it was like, I've had this thing where here in Florida, like the leaders tee off around 2:00, maybe it's 1:30 or whatever. And I usually on the weekday go to the gym around 1:30. And so I have to change it up every Sunday. But then this week, and I feel like even with Lowry, I was like, do I even need to like get home? Do I even need to really like think about this? And I remember Bhatia, I'm looking at it, birdies the first 4 holes. He bogeys the 9th hole. So Akshay Bhatia on the front nine of the final round shot 2 over. There's no competition, really. Birdies the next 4 holes, and we finally have some competition, and you start to feel a little stress for Daniel Berger. He bogeys 15. And at that point, I kind of felt like it was, damn, Berger's really got to F this up. And then they get to the par 5. Bhatia throws a lucky-ass dot on, or not lucky, but throws a dot, drips the eagle. Berger still birdies. Like, until Berger bogeyed the 17th hole, which, by the way, when you go and watch that 17th hole, on TV, that hole looks insane. In person, that hole on Sunday with that pin location is F, dude. That's like one of the hardest holes I've ever seen. The way they got that pin.
Now I
can't believe he lost.
I have to ask here, Jackson,
mm-hmm.
because I feel like the listeners are hearing the same thing I am. Now I could be off on this,
mm-hmm.
but are you saying Berger?
Oh, I thought there was a follow-up.
I'm pretty sure it is like Hamburger.
It's Daniel Berger.
Okay.
Yeah. His name's Daniel Berger.
We're like putting an accent on this.
Berger.
You love hamburgers.
I love cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
I think hamburgers are more or less a waste of time.
That's fine. I'm fairly confident it is.
It's Daniel Berger.
His name is Daniel Berger.
Robbie Berger, Daniel Berger. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you sound like my YouTube comments. I know. I still can't say Pinay Sewell. Pinay Sewell.
That's fine. That's
it
reasonable.
Crazy. Yeah, I thought there was a.
You eat enough burgers to where you.
Yeah. Dude, I love cheeseburgers, man.
Yeah.
And by the way, I do take back my burgers are a waste of time. That's not true. But a little underwhelming. But it really depends on the situation. If you're at a grill, I don't really need cheese, but I prefer cheese. So yeah, Akshay Bhatia won. I want to get into this before I forget. How many PGA Tour events do you think Justin Thomas has won?
I'm going to say 13.
Yeah, that's a great guess. 16.
Yeah.
There were a lot of kind of like Twitter debates and that kind of thing about, Ricky was in that mix, Jordan was in the mix, Justin Thomas was there. There was a lot of debate like, who's had the better career, Ricky Fowler or Justin Thomas? Is Justin Thomas's career a success? Sure. Yeah, JT's won 16 times, 2 majors. Like,
hold on, let me guess this. I don't think Ricky's had more than 7. It's weird because he's been up there a lot. I don't think he's got more than 7 or 8 wins.
He was the number 1 golfer for 3 months. Wait, 36 weeks, half a year. Let's see here. Ricky Fowler. He has won 6 times on the PGA Tour.
What a guess. What a guess from your boy. Yeah. Why in the fucking world would anybody say that Ricky Fowler's had a better career than Justin Thomas, who's won more than double the tournaments?
Yeah.
Like 2.5 times.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Ricky Fowler lost a playoff event in 2009. That's just insane. In Ricky Fowler's first PGA Tour win at the Wells Fargo Championship, D.A. Points was a runner-up.
D.A. Points,
just crazy.
That's a name right there.
Him, Rory, and D.A. Points went into a playoff 2012 Wells Fargo. That's just insane. Sergio Garcia. Yeah. Cam Smith, by the way, won the 2022 Players. Just goes to show you how much can change. And I'm going to pull up my picks here. Ricky Castillo won the Puerto Rico Open, by the way. Blades Brown, 3rd place. Solo finish. Luke Clanton, 5th place. Was not aware that occurred. John Daly, I was aware. Did you see any John Daly clips?
I did not.
He played his first tour event at the Puerto Rico Open, and on the, I think it was the 3rd round, 11th hole. Actually, it can't have been. He hit a driver off the deck and like stuck it, and it was pretty sick.
Love that.
And so people were saying he was built in a lab to accept like $100 million live offer in a couple of years. All right, players, we're locked for Rory and Scotty. I have 30 golfers pinned as my favorites. We'll have to address that soon. So picks Rory.
I'm pulling up.
This is a fatty field. I remember saying in the last pod that I felt good about Ludwig at API, and that rang true.
His odds have been moving up tremendously. Like the last few tournaments, it's gone from like plus 5,000 or 6,000, and he's plus 2,000 to win at the Players. Scotty, on the other hand, has gone from the first tournament. I feel like we did this on. He was plus 225. He's now plus 450. So he's literally 2 times worse odds than when we started chatting about this 6 weeks ago. But plus 450 is still terrible. If you're a betting man, you don't throw any money on Scotty Scheffler. The return sucks. You're betting a Scotty against the field, which is tough bet. I actually, Jake Knopp at plus 4,000 isn't the worst. But I also think Brooks is going to have a decent week. So, like, if you're giving me the first throw out, I'll throw my sleeper as Brooks. He's plus 5,000 on Hard Rock. Look, he's still a sleeper.
If Brooks Koepka, those odds are your sleeper, you're going to hate my sleeper. Or do we? I can't remember if we do our picks. It's been so long since both players have constantly been in the field. We have a Rory Scotty pick that's just always in stone?
Correct.
Don't we still pick a winner and a loser or a sleeper, right?
No, it's just basically Scotty, Rory, and then a sleeper. Just
my sleeper was Ludwig Oberg, and that's not going to work.
No, that's really not a sleeper when he has the 4th best odds in the field. That's not how sleepers work.
Oh man, I mean the best sleeper, to be honest with you, every single week is Russell Henley,
and that's not bad, except for Russell Henley is only plus 3,000, so it's not like we need to have parameters for this. I feel like last week we decided that plus 5,000 or worst was our.
What's Goddard up at? I'm not
way down there,
man, though.
No, I say that he is one of 8-10 guys at plus 5,000.
Okay, so, my pick is Rory.
Okay,
my pick, if I didn't have a pick, would be Ludwig Oberg, if anyone was interested, and my sleeper will be Chris Goddard.
Yeah,
which is still a crazy statement to say.
Here's what's crazy to say
for him
is if you're picking Ludwig as a sleeper, Xander Schauffele has worse odds than him. So you can't you can't in good faith call him a sleeper. We should get really crazy with it and say that plus 7,500 is a sleeper because these names start to get wild. Jason Day, Alex Noren.
I felt good about Jason Day at this event. I was possibly thinking of his sleeper. I can't believe his odds are that poor.
Keegan is plus 10,000 coming off of like a fucking.
You know what? I think the debate was about who had the better career, Keegan Bradley or Ricky Fowler. Or maybe Keegan, it was like
by a million.
Maybe it was Keegan and Jordan Spieth or
Jordan.
Maybe it was Keegan and Justin.
Keegan and Justin, out of the names that you just spouted off, Keegan and Justin would have the biggest argument against each other.
Okay, maybe it was that.
That would be realistic. Spieth is way better than JT.
Is he really?
I'm pretty sure they've had similar wins, and Spieth has way more majors.
Okay.
Fact check me on that because I'm just.
I am because I haven't done.
I'm
this
going
in a
off
while.
memory, but pretty sure Spieth
well, yeah. So, all right, Justin Thomas 13 win. Was it 16 wins? Jordan Spieth had 13 wins, but Justin Thomas has won 2 majors, and they were both at the PGA Championship. Jordan Spieth has won 3 majors, and none of them were at the PGA Championship. They're at all the others because he's a win away from the career Grand Slam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do fully agree. It's just
They're
been
close,
so
though.
long. This
They're
is
close.
fun, dude. I'm on Wikipedia. Best results in major championships. Jordan Spieth, Masters, won 2015. PGA Championship, 2015. US Open, won 2015. Like,
He had a stretch of 2 years that was fucking wild.
that was 11 years ago. Like, I was in high school. Like,
Yeah.
that feels not 11 years ago. That's so long ago. When was his last tour win?
I'm going to say 3 years ago.
Yep. Technically 4 now, RBC Heritage. So wait. Jordan Spieth went from 2017, he won the Open Championship, and then he went all the way until 2021, where he won his next event, which was the Valero, won RBC in 22. Justin Thomas's was like that. He won the PGA Championship in 22 and then didn't win for 3 years and won at the Heritage this past year. It's sad.
It is. That was a great group. Everyone in my generation thought that was going to be the next group of guys that was coming up and winning consistently, and they've all fallen off.
Yeah.
You know, like it's really hard to compare because when you look at the Scotty Schefflers of the world, you go, oh, well, they're winning multiple tournaments every year. And, oh, a down year is they only won one tournament, right? These guys are going multiple years without winning, and that's just not what we expected out of them 6 or 8 years ago. 6 or 8 years ago, we just thought they're going to continue winning. They're great golfers. They will continue to progress.
Yeah.
They haven't.
Yeah.
Now, what's even worse is not to get into a live conversation, but we're 3 or 4 years into live, and they're not winning against a field that is arguably weaker than what it could be.
I still hate that because I still think Liv's events are dog crap.
Dude, but you can't take away from the fact that there's 5 or 6 players that would be winning every year on tour. I'm not saying the live field is good.
I get it.
What
It
I'm
doesn't
saying
help
is
him. I don't think it hurts him that bad, but it doesn't help him.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
You think about how many tournaments John Rahm was winning.
Yeah.
How many does John Rahm have? I'm going to say 7 or 8 at least.
These guys were at least like in contention all the time, even if they weren't winning. If you have Jordan Spieth in the top 10, it's because he had one good round and is like trying to stay in the top 10. Let's see. John Rahm has won 11 PGA Tour events. He's won 23 times, but he's won 11 tour events, and his last one was the Masters in 2023.
Wait, how many total?
11.
Okay, so I had him at 7 or 8. So yeah, it's about right.
They're all similar. He's only won one major, but he's won a Memorial, Farmers Insurance. Those were really old. He's won a BMW. But yeah, he's won a US Open and a Masters tournament. He's won 2 majors. Which I think I always forget, or I think I just said he won 1 major, and I always forget he won 2. 2021 US Open. I don't remember that because of COVID. Where was this event? 2021 US Open. Was that Torrey Pines? That's obvious. I remember it now. John Rahm won at -6, which is crazy. So good for Akshay getting up there, because I'm sick of talking about how all these guys should be winning way more. I mean, Xander should be winning all the time. 32 years old, same age as Daniel Berger. I see it now. He's won 10 times on the PGA Tour, and he's won 2 majors. Somebody separate yourself from the pack.
Can we look at how many top 5 Xander Schauffele has? Yeah, I know he's got a million second places in majors.
And this is so annoying. I'm so critical all the time, specifically of Xander Schauffele on this podcast. He won those 2 majors in 24, and that was 2 years ago. It was less than 2 years ago. And I'm so critical of this player. I might have to Google it. came in at twice. He's came in second at the Players Championship twice.
He's had a lot of top fives for sure.
Oh, here
top
we go.
10s, he's got a million.
He's got 50 top 10s.
It's a lot.
And this isn't even factoring in any year past. This is okay. I don't know what the heck is going on. Xander Schauffele, as of 23, had 50 top 10s.
So he's got
that number is way higher now.
60 at least.
I don't know why would Wikipedia stop Xander Schauffele's career at 23.
Him and Tommy Fleetwood are like the kings of not winning golf tournaments, but finishing 7th, 4th, 2nd.
Pretty much. What day is it? Tuesday? Yeah, I'm excited for this. Then we got the Valspar, which I guess Victor Hovland won a tournament last year. I don't remember this. Do you? Hovland went on tour last year? Oh my God.
I don't.
Good for him. How on earth do I forget that? Our last stupid freaking rating, our last review on the Golfballing podcast was like 4 years ago, and I didn't know it was a freaking Ryder Cup year because I'm in college and I live in Chicago. I don't know. That's all I got.
Tough.
Yeah. That's all I got for today. The daylight savings has been huge. It's now daylight when the pot ends. That's awesome.
Yep, still light outside.
Yeah.
I am actually going to the course tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Me and a buddy Jason are going to go hit up Eastwood and hit some balls and do a little chipping and putting, get out of the house. And
I thought you were playing.
No, I just have a real hard time giving them what they want for a round of golf. We got very jaded after we played Bel Air, and the price that we paid for Bel Air, being a guest and having a wonderful host. I just look at that and I go, I'm not giving the city my money. I'm going to practice, play a nice course on the weekend if it comes around, but I'm not going to actively seek out a bullshit round of golf for what they're asking. I'd rather pay the extra $75, $80 and play somewhere really nice once every couple weeks than to go out there and give them money to play a 5-hour round at a bullshit course. I'm just not about it.
March, I feel like March is so tough too. I feel like you don't even know, like, this month, especially in this town, having a baseball team, having baseball teams, having beaches, like, this month is always just insane. You're right. I met somebody recently over at I actually don't want to say the name out loud, but I met a guy at a course that you would know, Donald Ross Design. I'll type it to you right now. Oh, God damn it. Okay, I can't. Oh, yeah, here we go. I don't know why. I feel uncomfortable saying that specific word, but he's a member over there, and it's like
Where did you put that?
Private chat. You might not be able. It's all right. It's right down the road. It's $140 to play there, and I've always wanted to play because it's Donald Ross and or what is it? It's not Donald Ross. It's Chris Spence. Chris Spence redesign. I forget. Fucking A, dude. I want to look it up. But anyways, it's $140 in the mornings during the week to play there. And I met somebody who's a member there, and he was like, yeah, let's wait till the summer and I'll get you out here. You don't want to be playing there right now. It's Donald Ross. But it was redesigned by Chris Spence, if anyone wanted to look it up crazily. But yeah, there's Donald Ross right down the road.
I like it.
No golf.
As you know, big Donald Ross fans in the podcast. So,
yep. So I got nothing golf wise, but maybe next week once free agency dies down for all our lovely viewers. But I'm crashing. Thank you all for watching or listening. Nick, thank you once again for the shirt. If you're watching this, And yeah, we got to get both of them on. Nobody responded, but it's okay. Maybe we'll see Nick and Sean again soon. Thank you all.
Jake Knopp's getting a win soon.
We didn't talk any free agency. I'm going to end it now, but we didn't talk any free agency.
Yeah,
dude, you have
man,
Tua.
you
Wait,
probably don't
hold
wanna
on.
get into
You have Tua. You guys just.
Yeah, Doug, I don't want to get into that shit. If you want to talk about the worst financially unstable franchise in the history of the NFL, it is the Atlanta fucking Falcons taking Kirk Cousins' contract at damn near $300 million, drafting Michael Penix Jr., letting him get injured, letting fucking Kirk Cousins basically go, and then signing a one-year deal with Tua. End the fucking podcast. There's nothing else that needs to be said. The Atlanta Falcons franchise should be moved to fucking Canada. Get him the fuck out of Atlanta. That is the most outrageous thing I've ever seen in my life.
I will just say before I conclude that Tua will be the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons next season. That is my prediction. And with Kevin Stefanski, it actually is a little interesting, but we've done this enough years. Thank you all for listening. We'll do more Falcons talk once free agency is settled next week.